On the 16th of August, at Expo 70 Commemorative Park in Osaka, one of the biggest names in music walked onto the Summer Sonic stage, and over the next hour, the show came apart around her. Not the performance, the equipment, the microphone, and then the outfit in the hottest week of the Japanese year. She left the stage twice. She came back wearing a jacket borrowed from one of her dancers. She cut 2 songs, and she finished the set. This is a timeline of a headline slot breaking down in public, and of the one question nobody in this story has answered. First, what Summer Sonic is, because the scale matters to what went wrong. It is Japan's largest urban music festival, running across 2 cities on the same weekend. This year, it ran from the 14th to the 16th of August, with the Tokyo side at Zozo Marine Stadium and Makuhari Messe in Chiba, and the Osaka side at Expo 70 Commemorative Park. Jennie played both, Tokyo on the 14th, Osaka on the 16th. Headline billing at a festival whose other names this year included The Strokes and FKA Twigs. And this was the end of a long run. In her own words afterwards, 3 months of festivals. Now the timeline of the Osaka set. The first failure was the microphone. She was seen signaling to staff at the side of the stage while the song continued. The second was the outfit. In the middle of the set, she began repeatedly turning away from the audience to adjust it, and then left the stage entirely to deal with it. She came back, it happened again, she left a second time. When she returned, she was wearing a jacket that belonged to one of her dancers. That is not a styling choice. That is a performer solving a wardrobe failure with whatever was within reach backstage, in the middle of a headline slot in front of a festival crowd. And she said this out loud to the audience. "I am so sorry. I am having an issue with my outfit today. I did not expect it to be so hot and sweaty." 2 songs came out of the set list. The show ended short. Here is the part of this story that is not on the internet, and it is the part that actually matters. Osaka in August sits around 32 degrees Celsius, with humidity that regularly runs above 70%, which is felt as something closer to the high 30s. Summer Sonic publishes heat guidance for its own audience. Standing still in that is difficult. Performing in it, in stage clothing, under lighting, is a different order of problem. That is the first half of the story. A set that broke, and a performer who held it together anyway. Before the second half, where we get into what a festival headliner actually controls, one quick thing. Stories like this move fast. Like, subscribe, and turn notifications on, and you will hear it here before it reaches your feed. Now, back to the story. So, what does a headliner control at a festival? Less than most people assume. At her own concert, an artist's team owns the production. The sound rig, the in-ear monitors, the microphones, the changing space, the schedule, the run of the show. At a festival, most of that belongs to the festival. Acts rotate through shared equipment on a fixed clock. Changeover between acts at a festival of this size is measured in tens of minutes. There is no full sound check in show conditions. There is a line check, and then the lights go up. Which means the 2 failures in Osaka sit in 2 different places. A microphone is festival infrastructure. An outfit is the artist's own side. And the heat belongs to nobody and works on both at once. That is not an accusation against anyone. It is the reason this kind of failure is structurally more likely at a festival than at a tour date, and it is why it is worth talking about rather than laughing at. Which brings me to what this episode is not going to do. A large amount of the coverage of this weekend was not about the microphone or the heat or the 2 songs that got cut. It was about a few seconds of video of a wardrobe failure, replayed and zoomed and argued over. This channel is not going to show that, describe it, or put it in a thumbnail. Not because it is hard to find, because it is a real person's body, circulated without her consent, and running it would make this show part of the thing it is describing. I am saying that out loud rather than quietly leaving it out, because an omission nobody explains looks like an oversight, and this is a decision. It is also the reason the actual news went unreported. A festival production dropped a headline set, and the conversation went somewhere else entirely. Afterwards, she posted a message. She thanked fans for the love and energy at every festival over the past 3 months. And then this line, which is the closest thing to a comment anyone connected to this weekend has made. Not everything is going to be perfect, and maybe it is not supposed to be. That is a performer closing her own festival run on her own terms, and it is a good deal more grace than the situation required. So what is still open? Summer Sonic has not issued a statement about the microphone. Her agency has not issued a statement about anything. There has been no technical explanation of what failed from anybody, and no sign that one is coming. That silence is normal in this industry, and it is worth naming anyway. When a set goes wrong at this level, the default is that nobody explains it. The clips circulate, and the story gets settled by whoever edits fastest. Which is the argument for covering the boring part. The heat, the changeover windows, the difference between festival infrastructure and an artist's own kit. None of that is going to go viral. All of it is what actually happened. One last thing, and it is not about her. Japanese summers are getting hotter, and the outdoor festival calendar has not moved. Summer Sonic sits in the middle of August, because it always has. The equipment, the clothing, the changeover windows, and the schedules were all built for a climate that is drifting out from under them. A microphone failing and an outfit failing in the same set, in the worst heat of the year, is a small story. It is also the kind of small story that stops being an accident when it happens every August. 2 songs, 1 borrowed jacket, no explanation from anyone. That is the record as it stands. Thank you for watching.